Hey everybody, I'm Kate and you are tuned into the Creative Women's League. Being a creative entrepreneur is a wonderful gift that can be extremely confusing. Listen, I know, I completely understand, but the CWL has your back. Via motivation, inspiration, know-how, and community, we'll always be there for you, I promise. I came up with the CWL when I was looking for more resources for creative women entrepreneurs. I looked at the areas I was having difficulty with, and here we are now. That's how we got our 4 pillars. So today's show is going to help take care of the know-how. Of course, one of my favorite aspects of the CWL is the community aspect, and you gotta get involved. I mean, I'm not like threatening you or anything. I just really think it would be better if you got involved. That's all. So join us on Instagram at Creative Women's League and get over into our Facebook group. Search Creative Women's League and the group will pop right up. There's so much support and cheerleading that happen in that wonderful group. I want you there. Join us, please. Whether you are listening on iTunes or PodBean or tuned into YouTube right now, thanks so much. I'm so happy you're here. Create Your Biz has been so much fun to launch. The response has been amazing. So don't forget to comment, email me, let me know what you would like me to cover on Create Your Biz. Today I'm going to be talking about some of the apps I use to create amazing graphics, and I do pretty much all of it right from my phone. Oh, that's Brad and Jade. Aren't they cute? If I have to hear one more time how I'm addicted to my phone, I might stab somebody. That's because other than recording and editing these episodes, everything else I do for the CWL is directly from my phone, including creating gorgeous graphics. These days I mostly use one app to create all of our awesome graphics for Creative Women's League. It's because I've plugged a lot of the stuff in there, like our brand colors, and I know that our fonts are available readily on there. But it is not weird at all to put one of your graphics into 1 or 2 or 3 editors till you get something you really like. Of course, if you know me, you know that I think that a cohesive look on an Instagram is important. There was a very long time where I had a hard time getting there. You know, you want to do all the things all the time. But if people can identify your brand right away from seeing one picture in their Instagram feed, that's what we're looking for. Listen, if you have your own style, you have your own voice, and then people will know they can tune into you for the same quality content time after time. And you thought it was just a graphic. No. The more high quality images that you are putting onto your Instagram, the more followers can't resist it. But nobody wants some pixelated, bad quality images, especially for your word graphics. It looks really weird when they're pixely and look like they were made on Microsoft Paint. No shade to Microsoft Paint. Oh, I guess unless that's your voice, because that's come around and been a thing again, but then you gotta own it, you know? You gotta stick with something. Okay, so today we're going to be working from my phone. Another cute picture of Brad and Jade. So, I'm going to do my best to make sure that this is equally beneficial if you're listening to the podcast or watching the video. There's going to be a lot of visuals. I'm going to try my hardest to explain what I am saying at all times. So, wish me luck. Okay. So I've decided there's going to be a method to my madness, and that's going to be chronological order. What I found first to what I found most recently, and like I said, it's just going to be pros and cons of each of these because I can't really recommend one over the other entirely, totally based on the job and what you want to accomplish with it. So first things first, we have Canva. Canva was one of the first things I found when I started managing social media for the salon I worked for. Canva is phenomenal. Okay, I started out with a great one. Canva's awesome because up here at the top you can see that there are lots of awesome sizes to choose from. I can go right in and say if I want a blog graphic, a Twitter post. It's already got all those things pre-programmed in there, so you don't have to know how many pixels you need. More design types coming very soon. That's good because I actually have, and I can't think of it off the top of my head, I went to look for something in Canva to have the pixels and they didn't have it. You know, first world problems, right? It's easy enough to Google the size you need and input it. So the awesome thing about Canva is it's free and you can do it from your desktop. Oh, I clicked on a dog. You can do it from your desktop or from your phone. So you only have to pay for what you use. The majority of their designs, graphics, and templates are free, and you will know because it says down in the corner. Eventually, you might get to a point where it says $1 or $2, things like that. You just pay for what you need. So there have been times where I've made gorgeous flyers for work and spent $1 to make it. That's pretty cool when you consider something like Photoshop costs a lot more. And that's right, we are talking social media posts, and I just said flyer. That's one of the best things about Canva is that it's not only for your social media. They have so many different templates in there. You can create a business card from there. Canva is a beautiful catch-all for you. And I'm so dumb, I didn't realize they had an app until only recently. I'm going to be using it a lot more. I've created media kits with this. You can create awesome flyers, handouts, whatever your heart desires. Canva has it. And they're dedicated to giving quality graphics at an affordable price, which, like I said, is often free. You can go in and start from scratch, or you can start working with one of their templates. I really enjoy their templates. They're very cute. I just saw that you can make a Snapchat geo filter. I'm down. One of the really cool things about on here is they kind of understand that you're using it from your phone. So right here you can see that they have it for your story. That's right, you can create adorable Instagram stories for a more professional look. Canva's definitely top still. It was the first one I found, and it's still one I use all the time. It is a total go-to. Canva is a lifesaver. So our second app we're going to talk about is Design Lab. I'm gonna get into Design Lab. This used to be PicLab Studio. They were behind for a long time. I got PicLab Studio 4 years ago, 3 years ago, and it was amazing. It was the coolest one around at the time, if you ask me. And then it stalled out. I went back into it after a long while of not using it, and I realized they had not updated a single graphics kit, a single font. There was nothing happening over there. So I thought the app was going away. I'm an idiot, because the app was getting better. Now they have brought out Design Lab. Design Lab now has started to use templates as well, or you can do your own project, work from there. A lot of the graphics you'll see on here are ones that I have created for our Instagram. Design Lab is awesome because they have these great graphics kits. So you can use their templates. You can go in and start your own project. From there, you can also use free stock photos. It's great. They also have the presets. Oh, Instagram Portrait is great. Not everybody has Instagram Portrait. So that is awesome because that means you're taking up more of somebody's feed, more eyes on you. Little tidbit. When Design Lab updated, they also went to a paid model. You can subscribe monthly for $4.99 a month, or you can subscribe annually for $19.99 a year. So I guess I know what you're asking. Do I think it's worth it? I absolutely think it's worth it. Design Lab has the best graphics of any of the apps we're going to talk about today. And they're easy to use. Drag and drop. You can scale them with your fingers. They're kind of the best. Our old Instagram posts about our Wednesday episodes, that was made entirely with Design Lab. Once Design Lab came back in full force, I had already kind of moved on to another app. I never spent much time learning it. That's kind of the double-edged sword about having something that's so user-friendly, is that I was able to go in there, fumble around a little bit with a little bit of creativity, and create gorgeous graphics. I'm sure it was capable of much more than I was using it for. If you're going to pay for one app and you want it to do as much as possible, Design Lab's the one for you. They do have the templates. I have not explored them much. If you are psyched up on Design Lab and you're curious about this whole me not really knowing how to use it thing, you just hit the tutorials tab and then go into all these awesome tutorials. They have great ones like using the eraser tool to create unique and interesting images, 5 useful tips and tricks to use in Design Lab. These would be worth their weight in gold if this is the one you're going to choose to have on your phone. Easy enough to use, tons of options. Highly recommend Design Lab. Okay, this is the one who changed the game a little bit for me. WordSwag. You have seen WordSwag everywhere. I know you have. That was the biggest problem with me for WordSwag. It was getting harder and harder to create images that didn't look like they were created in WordSwag. everything was starting to look the same, which is part of why I broke away from it. And that was my fault, by the way. I could have gone out of my way to make things not look the same as everybody else's. I just ended up finding another one. We'll talk about that one in a second. WordSwag is phenomenal. All you gotta do is type in what you want, you hit the different fonts, and bada bing, bada boom, you got it. You can truly create gorgeous graphics with the touch of a button. There's awesome free stock photos from Pixabay. You have great graphic backgrounds as well. Really pretty, really easy. It is a great low maintenance way to create awesome graphics. One of the awesome things about WordSwag is you can make it so that you invert it. So what that means is that, you know, let's say I have a beautiful field and I put Kate on top of it. I can invert it so now the background is white and my name has the beautiful field in it. Lots of awesome, beautiful options for $4.99. $4.99, that's it. You pay once, you got it forever. So if you got an extra $5 around, I would highly recommend checking out WordSwag. Last but not least, we are going to talk about Spark Post. Spark Post is one of my new favorite apps. I use it for everything. So when you look in mine, you'll see that I have made all of our awesome graphics with it. I have plugged in the fonts that I like to use. I use 2 different fonts. I also use a similar color scheme. I'm able to choose that just with the presets. You know, I just really kind of set my life up to be in Spark Post. Spark Post is a great medium between something like WordSwag and something like Design Lab. Just like with WordSwag, we aren't going to have any graphics we can post in there. So I can't choose just like a cute little heart that I'm going to put in the corner. But unlike with WordSwag, we can choose different frames to go around our wording or an awesome backdrop on it. Once again, templates you can go off of, free stock photos to use. One of my favorite things is that you can choose patterned backgrounds. So they have house designers that make beautiful patterned backgrounds that you can use. I love putting those on my graphics. One of the best parts about Spark Post is that I can animate. So they have set things that your background, your pattern background, or your fonts can do. They can disappear and come back. They can swipe left or swipe right. It's really cool. So any of our images on our Instagram that you have seen where the background's slowly moving or the words suddenly appear, that's with Spark Post. Instagram and Facebook have been favoring video content, so you'll notice that on Facebook, a lot of general graphics, words, all of a sudden they are video and they'll just have something floating around or nothing will happen. That's why. It's just to get in front of more people. I'm obsessed with Spark Post. Like I said, the only thing that could make it better for me would be if they added graphics that I could add like I can on Design Lab. Spark Post is also a paid app. It is $9.99 a month. Yearly, it is $100. So it's not messing around, but the quality is phenomenal. So Spark Post is clearly going to be the most expensive of what we have covered today. Do I think it's worth it? I obviously do think it's worth it. I pay for it every month. I use it all the time. It's my favorite. Like I said, the big draw is going to be the animation. That's one of the biggest things about any of these apps is you should do the free trials and get in there and play with them. See what works best for you and your brand, because what works best for me, not necessarily going to work best for you. Get out there, try them all out. Let me know which one you like most, or if you like something else, comment below. Graphics are an extremely popular way to add personality to your Instagram, so I hope this overview of some different apps you could be using is very helpful. I get a lot of questions about this. It's usually just what app you use. Yeah, easy enough. Those are the apps. And if you are interested in future episodes, I can go more in depth on tutorials like how to use Spark Post or how I use WordSwag, how I use a couple of the apps in conjunction with one another. You just gotta let me know what you want to see and I will provide it to you. If you are podcasting, consider watching this episode as well so that you can actually see what I have been talking about this whole time. Thank you so much for tuning in. I adore you. If you're over on iTunes, PodBean, YouTube, wherever, please subscribe and don't forget to go hang out with us on Instagram at Creative Women's League. Get in the Facebook group. Search Creative Women's League on Facebook and the group will pop right up. It's awesome. The amount of support and discussion that happens over there is so cool. I love it. I want you to be a part of it. I love you so much. See you soon.